Real talk, real people, relevant conversations. The I Am Kiana Skills podcast is dedicated to real conversations about issues, emotions, and experiences that affects the lives of everyday people.
I know that's right.
Welcome to the I Am Kiana Skills podcast. Welcome to the I Am Kiana Skills podcast, episode 29, sponsored by the Closet Experience Boutique and Delightful Cakes and Catering. I'm your host, Kiana Scales, and I have Aquanette Cooper with me today co-hosting.
Hello. How are you, Kiana?
I'm doing pretty good. Do you consider yourself a people pleaser? Do you find yourself saying yes to people only to regret it moments later? Do you tend to put others' needs before your own? If you answer in the affirmative to any of the above questions, it may serve you to become better at saying no. Get somebody else to do it.
Yes.
Hello, Aquanette. How you doing today, girl?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How did that eclipse treat you?
You know. Just kidding. No, it was great. How was yours?
Girl, act like there wasn't nothing going on. I was busy working.
Same old, huh?
Same old. Life still the same. Broomstick still standing up in the kitchen. Oh, come on, y'all. Laugh a little, loosen up. Let's jump right into this episode to find out why the saying, find somebody else to do it is considered appropriate.
Yes, all the time.
No, it is a small word that packs a lot of power. It carries with it an invisible force that can make it feel overly oppressive or even like a dirty word.
Ooh, dirty.
Say what now? Dirty?
Dirty.
We often taught that saying no is negative. Why is that, I wonder? That when we say it, that we're hurting those around us, we're causing us, we may cause ourselves to miss out on new exciting opportunities because of the word no. It is no wonder so many people are uncomfortable saying the word no. But the truth is, y'all, when you say no, you are not saying I hate you,
right?
And you are not insulting someone. You are simply exercising your right to say no.
That's right.
Because it is not a right. Because it's a right. Let me rephrase that. Because it's a right and not a privilege.
There you go.
Ooh,
I like that.
Yes, baby.
It is a right and not a privilege. Yes.
Say it, girl. Say it. So why do so many people have an issue telling someone else no? The truth lies not in the obvious, a need to please, but rather in the fact that some of us tend to put others' objectives above our own. We sure do, because I know I do sometimes. Our inability to say no stems from the fact that we want to reassure and make others feel comfortable. Is a notion you need to shake. Shake it, y'all, like the Harlem Shake. Shake it, y'all, like the Harlem Shake. Okay, let me get back on track. Being unable to say no is not only unfair to ourselves, but it can be unfair to the other person as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Did y'all catch what I just said? Being unable to say no is not only unfair to ourselves, but it can be unfair to the other person as well. What you think about that, Aquanette?
You know what? I agree with you, because sometimes the other person doesn't realize that no is actually not yet or not now. It doesn't have to mean it is permanent. It doesn't mean that it's negative, but at the same time, sometimes other people need to hear no because they don't know that it's going to be better for them, especially like in the sense of like parent to child situation, or even if you're getting opinion from, an older sister, younger sister type of deal. Sometimes you just need to be real and just say, hey, that's a hard no.
And I'd rather give you a hard no because I don't want to disappoint you or let you down. So it's easier for me if I know I'm not going to be committed to the process. I might as well just tell you, you know what? I need to go ahead and tell you no right now because what you're asking me to do, I know I won't be able to fit that in this week. So I might as well just say it. And like you said, it's not a permanent. I'm gonna, I'm gonna spend a block back for you.
Yeah.
If there's another opportunity. So disregarding our feelings and needs seems like an unselfish thing to do. We are taught to give and not to take. So that's
true.
just
And what's wrong with being honest?
Right.
Like I don't understand. But anyway, that's what this episode is
yes,
about.
Yes, right. But just because it is easy to say yes does not mean we should.
That's right.
Ooh, y'all, that was
right.
a gem in itself. Let me say that for the people in the back. I'm already dropping gems early in this episode.
Yeah.
Just because it's easier to say yes does not mean we should. And that goes back to what I was just saying. Just because you could tell somebody yes because it's so easy it really don't mean you should.
That's right.
Think about the times when you have agreed to do something, be it in your professional or personal life, and later you resented yourself or the person who asked you for something later. Think about how that made you feel. Did you wish that you could go back in time and tap into your right to say no? So I'm just going to jump right on in this thing, Aquanet. Do you have a time in your life when you said yes, but you really wanted to say no? And did you resent yourself?
Of course.
You want to tell me no, didn't you?
Of course. Nah, that's not it. That's not it. But you know, a lot of my stories go back to I guess the church. Let's just take that as a scenario. Usually my experience has been, and I think some other people can attest to this, if they know you're gonna say yes most of the time, just because you believe this is your calling, you're called to serve, be obedient, sometimes you may feel like they're just gonna always ask you, and it will stretch you thin. So yes, I used to be a yes person, especially when it came to doing things with the church, for the church. I loved it, but it wasn't until later on I realized that I was taken away from my own family in that sense. So, I think everything is about balance, but I don't want to say I regretted it, but I do wish that I would have practiced saying, no, I can't do that right now.
A little earlier in life.
Yeah, that's
totally
really the better part of it. So, yeah, of course. And of course, there's tons of other stories, but that's the one we'll go with for now.
Okay.
What about you, Kiana? Or are you good at practicing no?
I'm good at giving you the face with a no.
Okay. Got you.
I don't know. Maybe not. No. Now I'm just going to be real. No, I have not always been able to say no to people. Because I do have, despite what y'all think about me, people, I have a very giving spirit. So I do a lot of, and I know I don't talk about a lot, but I do a lot of give backs, and I do reach out to my networks to help me give back to others when people reach out to me. And sometimes I need to say no, and I had to learn within the last couple of years to say no. I have a fund that I have. Y'all, I'm the owner of the Closet Experience, for those of you who are joining us, and that particular business does a give back, the Closet Experience Boutique, and so I keep funds in a account to do a Christmas giveaway and just other little things that throughout the year when people need something, I can kind of tap into those funds. Well, sometimes by maybe through January through March, I've probably already given some. So by the time December comes, I'm like, oh my goodness. And it doesn't help that my mother is over that committee. And when it comes to Christmas, she doesn't know sometimes how to say no, because we have the same giving spirit in the heart.
That's right. Oh my
so
goodness.
I have to be like, Mama, now pipe down. We can't be taking any more requests. So then I'm like struggling to, I'm just going to be real. Sometimes I'm struggling to make sure that those families have Christmas. But needless to say, y'all know I'm Kiana. I'm going to make it happen.
That's right.
And I do thank my associates and friends who do come in sometimes, and I have to say, y'all, I've exhausted my funds. I have to sometimes keep it 100 and just say, I've tapped out. And I say, just because I don't publicize it all the time, but I get people that, I don't want to say they depend on me, because I don't want to use that word, but that they see me as a resource. And I'm glad to be a resource when I can. But like I said, sometimes it's hard to tell people no when they say they haven't eaten in 2 weeks.
I know what you mean.
And it's like, oh wow. But what I also try to do is not only feed you or whatever the need is, I try to see also how I can connect you with a resource.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to be in that same situation.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I try to do my best, but sometimes it is hard to say no. And I mean, I get it. Because, you know, some stuff pull at your
it does.
Your heartstrings. It really does.
But it's good that you know how to redirect. And that's something that I didn't know how to do either, because I was like, if I say no, they're going to be mad at me.
But let me tell you what that does. By saying yes when we want to say no, it brings us a temporary false sense of peace also. That is later replaced with apprehension and resentment.
I was about to say, and resentment. I was waiting on you to say that. Yeah.
Like, you know, like it sounds good that I'm helping all these people, but at the end of the day, I'm at my wit's end saying, okay, not only have I depleted these funds, but I went into the other business fund and I have expenses. So I'm resenting the fact that I helped somebody. Like I said, it's nothing toward those people. And y'all continue to reach out. Everybody don't bombard me now. Yeah, look, I'm telling you. And don't get mad if I do have to turn you away. But sometimes when I do turn people away, when I cannot help, I have sent you to other places.
A resource, right? Like you say, you have other ways.
Like I tell people all the time, I'm not what they call a daddy warbucks, but baby, I am not a millionaire, but I make it do what it do.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, that's pretty much it for that. But yeah, the stuff that pull at my heartstrings, it's kind of hard for me to say no. So like I said, but I can give a no with giving you a resource. So it makes me, you know, feel good when I can do that. Yeah, because like for many of us, saying no can really be a struggle. Like you see, it is.
Especially if you've been conditioned. And I think that's what a lot of us have gone through. We've gone through, like you were saying earlier, that saying no it creates negativity.
Yep.
And honestly, it doesn't. It shouldn't. I'll say that it shouldn't do that. But you have to know who you're speaking with. And you have to make sure you have a certain type of relationship where they understand. And if they don't, then, you know, it's still just going to have to be no.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we find ourselves, you know, wanting to say no, you know, whether it's declining an invitation, turning down a request for help, or simply setting boundaries in our own relationships and interactions. Saying no can often trigger feelings of guilt. You know, we're talking about that resentment. Now you're starting feeling guilty. Oh, I told them no, I can't make it to this or that.
Yeah.
This is a common experience, y'all, believe it or not, particularly for those who value harmony and want to avoid conflicts or disappointments.
This is true. And you know, while you're saying that, if I could just interject.
Go ahead.
So what do we do when we're at somebody's house and we know they don't cook good? Like,
you eat the darn food, anime.
So you can't just say no for that either? No, thank you, I don't eat that. Or no, thank you, I'm allergic.
Don't lie. Wait a minute, girl. Wait, look, let me sit up in my chair.
I'm just asking.
What you not gonna do is lie.
Somebody in Listerland may want to know.
They want to know, but we're not gonna teach them to lie about it.
Okay, this is good.
Okay, so look,
I just want to make sure.
What I'm gonna suggest.
Because you know, some people
I'm trying to be politically correct here. Because I'd have been just like with you. No, thank you. And then they're going to keep pushing. But, okay, so let me just say this.
Yes.
So, ask me the question again. I'm sorry. So, if I'm at someone's house.
If we're visiting someone's house and we know for a fact that, you know, them turnip greens ain't going to be hidden. Like, they're going to make you sick afterwards.
Okay.
Not just that we just don't like it. But they know it's going to
You know for a fact, right? Because you had them last time. You had the bubble guts,
right?
And so you don't want that green stuff oozing out you. Okay,
right.
So, okay. So what you gonna do? You're gonna be as polite as you can be and say, "Oh, girl, thank you so much for inviting me over and also inviting me to have some of your greens. However, like my greens. So no disrespect to you, but my greens just a different way that I like them cooked. Because I've done that before. Like when people offer me certain food, they don't cook it like to my like I like stuff medium well if it's a steak or something.
Yeah.
And they just I've been to places where they only do it, or somebody's house where they have the blood, the pink, and I can't do that. Gonna tell my stomach, so I'll be like, I appreciate you, thank you for your hospitality, but I'm gonna have to pass on this. Okay. And usually they be like, girl, but I did, and I still say I'm gonna have to pass. And then eventually they get it and say, okay, and it's usually not a problem because my tone.
That's what I was just about to say. Yes.
Yes, you gotta make sure that your tone is right. You can't be like, girl, you know good and well you can't cook no damn turnip greens. Like you can't. That's disrespectful.
You can't do that.
You all in my house with the disrespect.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's what I was gonna look. We're pointing at each other.
We show like
we feeling it. We feeling it. So, but yeah, I just wanted to know because, like I said, somebody listening land or listener land may want to know, well, how are you still polite? And I think that's the key. You just said it's your tone, and even if they keep pushing, we have to practice. Yeah, the answer's still no.
Yes, you got to remain true unless you go
and
because you can't be
upset.
throwing nobody food away because food is high. So instead of me throwing it away,
we're not doing that.
No, because food is high. So they could have fed that to somebody else that's going to eat it.
This is true. Yep.
But did you know, Aquanet, that it's important to recognize that saying no is natural and necessary, and that it's also, girl, a part of life and essential to our well-being? What you think about that?
It gives you power when you say no.
And that is where the get somebody else mentality comes in handy.
Yes.
For your mental
That's what I was just about to say. Yep.
Yes. Like some people don't think that's true, but sometimes you do have to. Like I said, y'all, some of this stuff in between is just jokes when we say, get somebody else. You're not going to say it like that, but we're going to teach you this a little later in the episode.
That's just the own dialogue in your head.
Yes.
That's all you're doing in your head.
Or with your girlfriends, you can say, girl, get somebody else to do it.
Right.
Like I can tell Aqua that, girl, find somebody else to do it. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that ain't happening this time.
No, girl. But if it's other people in your life, like for example, most people do not enjoy saying no to their boss, colleagues, or people in general. But a world, I'm finna drop a gem. I feel it in my spirit. Wait a minute. I drive a Honda.
Okay.
I feel it in my spirit, y'all. Wait a minute. It just came to me. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me stop playing because I'm finna lose my train of thought. It just popped in my spirit.
Okay.
A world without no is filled with distraction, chaos, frustration, and burnout.
Wow.
Woo, baby, she on them gems today.
Wow.
Yep, you're going to be burnt out.
Yeah.
Chasing this, and that, and saying
That's
yes,
true.
yes.
That is very true.
Let's
like
go back
when
to
I was
ministry.
at church. Yeah.
See how I said I felt that thing in my spirit? We connecting over here.
That's right.
You see, I was going to take it to the church.
That's
now,
right.
I'm not on any ministries at church, but I know others that are on ministries, and they're this committed, that.
That was me.
So you're pulling and pushing yourself because... Now, y'all hear me when I say this, but I'm gonna say it because y'all know church folk get real when you say something, but I'm gonna say it. Sometimes you think or you feel that that's your way of serving the Lord.
Right.
But I don't think the Lord, that's just Kiana speaking. I ain't no preacher, none of that. But I don't think, from my interpretation, that the Lord wants you burnt out in serving.
That's correct.
Because once you burnt out, say you the usher. Let's just use that. So you the usher at the church. You been on the cooking man. You been everywhere in the church doing everything. So you all over the place in ministry. So now, come Sunday, you on the door ushering, you got an attitude.
Yep, because you tired.
Yeah, because you burnt out. So you like, here's your program. Or somebody come in and speak to you and say, good morning, how are you? You just turning up your nose like, I wish these people get on in this church and sit down because I'm ready to sit down myself and get off this door. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think the Lord wants you serving like that.
That's right. Yeah, I agree.
So y'all church folks, I get it. You want to be in church sun up to sundown, but I don't think the Lord wants you out here raggedy.
That's right. He wants us balanced. And that's what this podcast is about, awareness and balance. And this is another gem, so yeah.
Yes, awareness and balance. This is what this podcast is about. Woo, give me some. Why these high eyes ain't connected. Well, anyway, y'all, we was trying to have
High
five,
five.
but I don't know what's going on in
Air
here today. Air five. Let's just make that work, because we was trying to get it where y'all could hear five. It just wasn't fiving. We just should have said, get somebody else to. I guess our hands said, get somebody else to do it. Ooh, y'all. Yes, y'all. Let me just tell y'all, therefore saying no would change your life while promoting mental health. We're going to go back to that mental health.
Absolutely.
No means you are creating the following and protecting your priorities. Like, you just got to know your boundaries.
That's right. Yeah.
Saying yes, when you should say no, translate into a feeling of helplessness, misery, and then you're going to be dissatisfied.
That's right.
Because you said yes, this ain't even something you wanted to do. Now you don't know how to weasel your way out of it.
That's right.
Now you're just stuck with the stuck face. Yuck. I think I was going to start rapping. Ooh, I'm on one today. What is in my water bottle? Because, baby, it may be Hennessy, it may be Crystal Light, but whatever it is, I'm on one tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there she go. My goodness.
I had to take a little sippy sip. Y'all, it means you let others be in the power of your life and your choices while managing your schedule and your priorities, letting you feel powerless. It's a lot of powerless people out there, Aquanet.
It really is, yeah.
Yes, because being in charge of your own decisions and your feelings, it frees you up to prioritize your own needs. You're not being rude when you do that, people.
This is true.
And learning to decline one's requests with grace. Remember I said, with grace, you got to know how to navigate those no's. It's all in your tone. Because that grace and kindness will let you feel good about your no. So you're not regretting it.
This is right. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm finna drop a gem. Honey, I hope y'all got y'all notepads. Y'all just gonna have to rewind this episode. Because, baby, here come another gem. Because I'm dropping them today.
Drop it on us.
About to drop them. No gossip, just gems. Real talk. Your no is vital and is necessary. Ooh, my. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just hitting the table, but I don't think y'all heard what I said. Your no is vital and it is necessary. Listener land, say it with me. No is vital and it is necessary. Say it one more time out there so I know you got it. Come on, Aquanet. No is vital and is necessary. Yes, can I get an amen?
Amen.
Now, let me ask you this, Aquanet. Did that feel good when you just said that? It's almost like it hyped you. Like, what kind of feeling did that give you?
Liberation.
Oh, yeah, see? That's what I wanted. See? So now it's going to be easier for you to say that.
That's right.
Because now you understand with that gem that no is vital.
It is vital. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes,
We don't want y'all out in these streets burnt out and you having road rage and all this other stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
Because your no needs to be vital. Now you trying to rush to get to the next gig because you like, oh, I told them, I didn't realize I had to pick up Shaquita from daycare, and then the other child plays soccer, so I got to get over it.
But you know what? In saying that also, Kiana, that also brings me to, it's okay to say no, even in the middle of a commitment. Sometimes things change.
Yeah, okay,
they have to change.
Yes, okay, yes.
Sometimes, you know, things change, you don't have control over it, or
Right.
even sometimes you just kind of realize, you know what, I'm overwhelmed. I'm just gonna have to tell them I can't do this anymore. Because sometimes we've already accepted the request, and it's okay. Like, that's just what I want everybody to know. It's okay to say, this is not gonna work, so this is gonna have to be a no. It was a yes up until, 5 or 6 days ago, but I know this isn't going to work, so it's going to have to be a no. And I think for some of us, even that is harder to do in the middle of the commitment as opposed to the actual request. So that's something we need to practice also.
Yes, we do. That's some food for thought right there.
Just a little bit.
That is some food for thought. But you know what? I want to talk about now why do we often feel like saying no needs an explanation?
Ooh.
Talk about that. Tell us why you think that, and then I'm going to give you my take on it.
So I think, again, it's just on how we've been conditioned, and we don't want to hurt the person's feelings. We don't want them to be disappointed in us. So we feel like they need an explanation just to kind of smooth things over, just to make sure that there's no they don't have any ill feelings towards us. Mm-hmm. So I think we do it out of trying to what's the word? Not pacify, but just to try and smooth it over.
Mm-hmm. Well, so, pacify could be a good, because sometimes
that could be a pacify. Okay,
because sometimes you are just trying to pacify others when you explain, because you're just like, let me stroke, not really say stroke their ego, but pacify their feelings.
Right, right, or band-aid it.
Yes, band-aid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's why we try to explain, but it's not necessary to do that. We don't have to explain. So, what are your thoughts?
One thing I have noticed in my own life is when I say no, plus an explanation, the other person often comes back at me with a counter offer.
They negotiate.
Yes, like negotiating. Wow. A guilt trip or another possibility for the situation.
So it opens it up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So no means no. Mm-hmm. In other words, the reason why, it really should not matter. But if you do not want to do it, then you know what I've learned? You just have to go on and give them a hard no.
Yeah.
No one can force you to do anything that you don't want to. Mm-hmm. If someone refuses to take no for an answer, you're better off reevaluating the relationship you have with that person.
So say that again, because I was just thinking about this. Say that again. Mm-hmm.
So if the person refuses to take no for an answer, then you're better off reevaluating the relationship you have with that person.
Because that is genuinely showing that they don't respect your boundaries. Mm-hmm. I get it. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
People who demand an explanation or a good reason as to why you do not want to deal with them, you know what? They often do so because they know they might be able to weasel their way back in with, and I was just going to say that, with manipulation.
Okay.
If they just get that, if they are able to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. I've been in those situations. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? Knowing why you are rejecting them allows them to overcome those reasons, or otherwise emotionally extort you into doing what they want you to do. Notice I said the word extort.
This is true. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me say this real quick.
Okay.
Because I want to say, but by refusing to give them an explanation, you cut their power off that's over you real short. So you cutting that conversation short. I just want to make sure if you go ahead and nip that in the bud.
Mm-hmm. I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm. But go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Well, I was just going to say, sometimes, I've been in situations where I do ask why, but that's just for my understanding. It's not for a rebuttal at all. Mm-hmm. It's just for my own understanding, so I know how to move forward,
Right.
Without them. Or with whatever the no is meant for.
The more I thought about it, Aquanette, the word no, not needing an explanation, led me to another perspective.
Okay.
You know me, I be having, these personalities be having multiple perspective on things. So listen to land. If y'all didn't know by now, I'm always like, as I thought about no being that hard no, but sometimes I found myself saying, it depends on the situation and the person one is saying no to.
Okay.
Oh, let me give y'all some examples. I ain't just gonna leave y'all in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, my boss asking me to do a job-related task. An explanation for no is warranted. You just can't say, no, I'm not doing it. Because it's probably in job description somewhere.
Right.
So, let's just be real. There are situations. I don't want y'all walking around here telling everybody, get somebody else to do it tomorrow at work. No. Because, baby, I can't pay your bills. I don't have no resources for you when you get fired.
True.
So act like you got some sense out there. But if a friend is asking me out to dinner, a polite no, but full explanation is not necessary. Example, no, I'm busy. should be cool.
Yeah, no, I won't
You do
be
not
able
have
to.
to say
Simple.
what you're busy doing.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, it could be casual. No, I'm busy that day, or doesn't have to be a long explanation. Someone asking you on a date. Guess what, y'all? I came to the conclusion, which is I'm not dating because me and my husband date, but I won't tell him no. But if I was just thinking about the single people. Someone asking you on a date, no is all that is necessary. And their perception of rudeness is their problem, not yours.
You know what? I had to learn that. Yeah, and you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It's their problem. I was honest. I even said it with a smile. And I'm not trying to mislead you or lead you on like some people will. So if they don't want to accept honesty, then that's on them.
Right. So, Aquanette, in your circle of friends or family, who can just say no to you without giving you an explanation on why they said no?
That's a good question. I feel like pretty much anybody can, because it's my friends, my family, they know me. It just, like you said before, it just depends on what the scenario is. But most of the time, no is fine. And that's what we all do. And in my circle of friends and family, no, that's not going to work this time. Now, I will say, I do have a family member that does automatically go into the explanation. I'm like, you don't have to explain. It's okay.
I want y'all to explain to me why it's no.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. But yeah, so again, what about you, since you need an explanation?
Yeah, I'm going to be real transparent. I'm going to give y'all a transparent moment. Oh, Lord. You see, let me see how I can put it. I grew up spoiled, and the word no was not used or enforced when it came to me.
Oh,
so that's why you got to give me an explanation.
I'm
working. I think I'm a little better at it now. It was like the word no was non-existent when I was growing up. When someone in my immediate family, in the house that I grew up in, told me no, I became defiant, y'all.
What?
Which
Not you. No, I'm
which
kidding.
resulted in someone else in the household giving in and meeting my requests or my demands.
Ooh, you were that kid.
I was.
Okay.
I always felt I always felt as if the person telling me no owed me an explanation.
I was just about to say, you probably felt like you were owed.
I was owed an explanation. And it was up to me, even as a child, to determine if I would be cool with that explanation or not.
Girl,
I can hear some of y'all saying, you could not have been raised in a black household. I was.
What?
I can hear y'all saying, I would have been picking my face up off the floor for demanding anything from my parents or adult, for any adult for that matter.
Look, still picking it up at this age. That's what would happen in my
mama
house.
Still don't tell me nothing.
Ooh.
She might say no, but she gonna pick it back around.
What?
Rest in peace to my aunt Sheila. They would do the same. She would do the same thing. She would tell me no. 5 minutes later, my phone would ring. Come get it. Like y'all. I could get real transparent with the word no. I love my husband. I don't even know how he put up with me. Because, baby, when he met me, I was like, who you just say no to? Or anybody. I don't know if any of my exes are listening. They know that word no. We not doing what you not doing. Yeah, it was like, because I was conditioned that word, like I said, was non-existent to me.
And I was conditioned.
But, baby, I could throw it out when it was something I didn't want to do. No, I'm not doing that.
What?
Yeah, I told you I'm a little
dead.
Yes,
okay,
baby,
okay.
yes. Just saying no is not rude, but there's a difference, again, in how we say it.
But it's good that you knew how to say no, though.
Yeah. See, some people say I thought the world revolved around me. Some people say I still think that to this day, that I don't think I'm I don't know. Just depends on what version you get of me, what's going on in my life.
What's going on at the time.
Yeah, which personality you mean. But I don't really think that I'm entitled or self-centered. But sometimes my mama say, you just think that you're entitled, you're self-centered. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. But you created this monster.
I was just about to say.
Because see, sometimes people can create something.
They do.
And then they want to talk about you. Like you a filthy rag.
Ooh,
Mama, I know you listening to this. You should be ashamed. So yeah, that's where I get it from. My like I said, my immediate family, that goes down to, shout out Uncle Lord, that goes down to you. My mama, shout out mama, hey Lolo. Even y'all, my big sister, hey Vonda girl. Now Cezanne, we just gonna bump heads because she gonna eventually give in. But because she just be like, oh, you so entitled, mama. She always saying, mama did. Now, Vonda more like, oh, my God, this is the little spoiled younger sister. And she give in. She gonna make it happen for me. Like,
that's good.
Yeah, but I like being spoiled. I like that the word no is, but it has caused some strife, though, in my life.
Oh, it has?
Yeah, I mean, wow. I'm not gonna lie. Because I had to, like, when you become an adult, that's really not cool that you don't know the word no. I mean, when I look back over my life.
This is true.
Like, y'all, I'm going to say this for another day, but no almost cost me my engagement.
Ooh,
yeah. Yeah, no almost cost me. Not that I said no to him. He said no to me about something. I didn't know he was going to propose that night. I was like, boy, I am trying. It's Christmas Eve. I'm trying to go buy this such and such, such and such. And he was like, no, I need you to be ready. And guess what? Now I'm trying to get to the store before they come. I'm trying to go buy me this. It's on sale. Yeah, but I'm not going to go into the whole thing because, see, that was too much information already. Y'all not going to be in my business. So what we not going to do is be over here in my business. But don't worry about it because I'm still Mrs. Scale, so I'm doing something right.
Yes, you are.
Now, since, how long I've been married? Since 2005, and it is 2024. I'm doing something good.
Wow.
So anyway, so I must not be too spoiled. Or guess what? Or he was made for me.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh Lord, y'all know
you found him early. That's good. Y'all found each other early.
Yeah, he was stalking me. We'll talk about that on another episode. We're going to talk about that on another episode. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. He was stalking me. Now, other people's version, y'all, but y'all hearing it from me. He was stalking me. Okay. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Okay, let me get back on track here. You know what, though? You can get quite the reputation if how you say no feels rude and unhelpful with certain people.
Yep.
No one enjoys rejection. Let's face it, we don't. I know I don't.
Yeah, this is true.
I'll eventually get over it, but I don't enjoy it. I do not care who you are or what you do. Killing someone with kindness can lessen the blow to their ego.
Right.
When you're using a little grace, you can make someone feel less jilted or even appreciated when saying no. I believe that when you start with a positive tone, followed by professional kindness before rejecting someone's offer, it leads to a more positive outcome.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
You can be clear. And I tell you to be clear and concise as possible, but brief, without being so blunt and borderline rude. Because some people, you just, get somebody else to do. Because last time I tried to help you, you didn't. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear all that. Keep all that chit-chat chatter to yourself. Because people have the right to say no to you without an explanation.
Yep.
But that is not always the best approach,
Right.
Like, I was saying earlier, it just depends on who that no is for.
Right.
Like, again, it goes back to wording and how you're saying it makes all the difference in the world. That means changing or adding a word or two. Let me see. Y'all know I'm going to come with some more examples because I believe in giving you a clear picture on how to navigate through life as best I can. Because how can I say this podcast is about you being your authentic self? Because some people just don't know how to do it, or you don't have the perspectives to be like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Right, yeah.
So I'm going to kind of give you some little scenarios. I kind of love doing that on this podcast. A bad response would be, nope, I can't help with that. You see my tone? Nope, I can't help it. Like somebody at work saying, hey, they said you were good at Excel. Can you show me how to do that? Nope, I can't help with that. Ooh. A better response would be, I regrettably can't assist you at this time, but let me see if I can schedule some time to do that later. Another, or let's just say the best response, let me see, would be, I appreciate you considering me for this project.
Yeah.
I sadly cannot assist you at this time. I hope you can keep me in mind for future to help you, or can we schedule this for a future date?
Or to make it even shorter, thank you so much for thinking of me. I just won't be able to do it this time, but keep me in mind for the
future,
next one.
Yep, that's my go-to right there.
Yeah.
Because, baby, I do want you to circle that block back for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just not available.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And like I said, sometimes no just means not right now.
Yeah, and you're right about that. Yep, because you always, and that's what I was just going to say, because you always want to keep the door of opportunity for future things. And that's what's best, y'all, because you don't want to be known as the mean girl out here.
Or confrontation.
Yes. Okay. Ooh, I like that, confrontation. You don't want to be that person.
Right.
Now, wait a minute. Wait, something just hit me. Y'all know how stuff hit me. But let me be clear on something. Wait a minute. Something just hit me. Let me be clear. Do not tell people to keep the door open for you unless you mean it.
True.
As some of y'all know good and well, you don't want to collab with someone, you don't want to do this, but you're going to tell them people that, why?
And like you said, there's a way to be nice, and then there's lying.
Right, because we don't want to be out here lying.
Right.
We're not going to teach listener land to be lying. But y'all know what? Saying no more than once can slam a door shut with some people. And I really don't understand why, because sometimes my vendor friends can attest to this. It's many times I have to tell people, no, I'm booked, I have a gig, I got this going on, but I always keep saying, keep inviting me. And they get tired of me probably saying it, but then they're surprised when I walk through that door, because I make them a priority when I have it. Like if I have something already booked, I can't just cancel my work engagements for you. But if that schedule has nothing on it, I'm showing up to your event. And I've done it. I keep telling people, keep inviting me.
Right.
Because it's plenty of people I have given multiple no's to, and I'll be like, just keep putting me on the invite list. Just please keep on, because one day I'm going to make it. And I have. And people are like, wow, you actually made, I was thinking you didn't want, you thought that? Like I really didn't want to come. I'm like, no. But because I guess some people are used to people just blowing them off and just saying that.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Because we got to remember that sometimes we say no just for today. So people that we're saying no to, just remember that sometimes that's just for today. It's not a hard no, because we want to be part of your future events and things you have coming up. Just sometimes it just really, truly doesn't fit in our schedule.
And then sometimes we really, like you say, we really are just that busy. I have a relative. I love her. But she's the relative that's like, you don't ever call me. Do you know how much I'm on the phone during the day? You know, sometimes she'll be like, hey, can you call me real quick? And I have to just say, no, I can't do it right now. And then what does she say? Well, why not? Come on.
You should know this.
Well, no. Well, just call me afterwards. Well, then I have catering consultations. So it's like I'm constantly on the phone all day. So some people understand that and some of them don't. And, you know, again, it doesn't mean that you don't want to communicate with them. It doesn't mean that you don't want to, like you say, you don't want to not be available, but you have to have your own balance and boundaries also.
Right.
And sometimes, I don't think sometimes they should always understand that. But sometimes people don't, and that's why they're surprised. I think it actually makes it a little bit better, though, when they're surprised. Because, for instance, I'm probably going to call this relative, let's see, maybe Saturday or Sunday. They're going to be so surprised and excited. But I'm going to still have to tell them, hey, I need you to stop, you know, with the, you don't call me, you need to call me. You need to call me, too.
Phone works both ways. Last time I checked, Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, all of them work the same way. Pick it up, hit the number down. It works.
Yep.
So when was the last time someone told you no, and how did you respond?
Okay, so you know you were talking about being single, things like that. Your girl got rejected, okay? She got rejected. And that no was hard, but I respected them for letting me know that up front instead of like I said, leading me on because they were trying to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me. And it was the way that they did it. It wasn't like, oh no. And it wasn't like they ghosted me either. It really was like, oh man, you know. And he didn't even go into a whole, you know, you're a great woman. He didn't do that. He would just say, you know what? I just feel like we're better. You know, I feel you as a friend. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. Instead of, you know, overdoing it with the explanation and then telling me no. Mm-hmm. That, yeah, I'm too old for that.
We're just like, well.
So, yeah.
Well, it goes back to he obviously knew how to say no.
He did.
So learning how to say no is great.
Yeah. And it was impressive. I don't mean to cut you off, but it was impressive because, like I said, I think it was the maturity, not just in the fact that he could kind of tell, like, I feel like you're interested in me more than friends. Oh, we're going to have this conversation now. Okay, great. So, and, you know, it was in the beginning. And, you know, I still talk to that person from time to time. I mean, it's nothing serious, but it feels good to be able to, like, know where you stand with a person, just in general. So,
right.
You know, the no isn't always bad. The no is really for clarity.
Yep. That's why you should know your no. That's why, like he knew his no.
Yeah, that's right.
Because guess what? It identifies what's important to you and acknowledges what's not.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
clarity. Clarity.
She putting them gems on you. Woo! Call me Jacob the jeweler, baby, because I'm dropping them gems.
Jacob.
Yeah. Girl, in a minute, y'all gonna say y'all went to, what does they go to?
Jared.
Instead of Jerry, you're gonna say I went to Kiana. I am Kiana Skells podcast, where she drops them gems.
Yes.
No gossip, just gems.
That's right.
Real talk.
That's right.
Yes, baby. Yes. Like, y'all don't understand that that's important.
Clarity.
Yes.
Always.
Because before you can say no with confidence, you must be clear that you want to say no.
Hey, I like that one. Know what you mean, so you can mean what you say.
Before you can say no with confidence, you must be clear what you want to say no to, baby. You got to know. And y'all be appreciative when some people tell you no. Because that no could be a blessing in your life.
You got that right.
Because if that person, okay, I want to piggyback.
Go ahead, piggyback.
Because now my man is going back.
There's
he might have told you no for
Sorry.
He might have told you no for a reason. Because he might have thought, you know what? I can't be the man that she deserves in her life right now.
Listen.
So sometimes them no's are a blessing.
Look, he may have seen what I didn't see, or he may have known what I didn't know.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why I said, you know, thank you for being clear.
Clear and honest.
Thank
Honesty,
you.
y'all, is the best policy.
And up front. Don't wait. Don't hold out. Don't drag things out. If you know somebody has asked you a question and you know the no is no, tell them then. Don't be like, well, let me think about it. Because sometimes people will say, well, let me think about it. And somebody used to tell me a long time ago, well, you know, let me think about it just means no. And I was like, well, not necessarily. But as I have gotten older, yeah, it kind of does. Because that means they're not sure. And you want to get an answer from somebody that's sure. So, yeah, know that the no means no at that time.
Yes, ma'am. It does. Y'all, I'm going to leave you with this. Remember, regardless of the context, we all have to learn to say no. So, Aquanet, do you have any closing remarks before we wrap this episode up?
I'm going to keep it simple. Practice, 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 practice.
Can we practice right now?
We can practice.
You ready? When I say 3, we're going to say no. No. Yeah, we're going to say no.
We can,
Because I want to say, get somebody else to do it, but no,
we're going to practice.
We're just going to say the word no. Right, come on, we're going to have a tone.
Okay, I'm ready.
You going to set the tone. You give me the example, and I'm going to follow your lead.
Okay, we're just going to say no.
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 That was a little more assertive. No.
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 No, I'm kidding.
Get somebody else to do it. Thank you again, Aquanette, for being my co-host on the I Am Counter Scales podcast.
My pleasure.
Real talk. Real talk. Let today mark a new beginning for you. Give yourself permission to say no without feeling guilty, mean, or selfish. Anybody who gets upset or expects you to say yes all the time clearly does not have your best interest at heart. Always remember, you have a right to say no without having to explain yourself. Be at peace with your decisions.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to I Am Kiana Scales on YouTube and follow I Am Kiana Scales on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. Also download the Streets 99.3 app.
Ladies, are you looking for the hottest fashions and accessories? Well, look no further. The Closet Experience has you covered. The Closet Experience has been delighting women of all ages and sizes since 2009. Visit theclosetexperience.com and save 10% with code PODCAST. That's PODCAST. The Closet Experience Boutique, where fashion and budget meet. The Closet Experience Boutique, where fashion and budget meet.
Looking for homemade taste with a touch of elegance? Visit justadelight.com and let Delightful Cakes and Catering cater your next event or special occasion. Delightful Cakes and Catering, where homemade taste meets elegant simplicity.
Real talk, real people, relevant conversations. The I Am Kiana Scales podcast.